week one. Ross report. A couple games already this week, so we're playing a little bit of catch up, but we'll go through each game, matchups, tell you what I think, what I like, and we'll go from there. We can start with Mandy's pick six, and we can also start with the tailgate parlay. Absolutely fucking cooked. So there's that. Mandy lost the Chiefs game. Now the funny thing is, she picks the Chiefs every week. She loves Travis Kelsey. She's not a Swiftie, like she's not weird about it, but she just likes Travis Kelsey. So she picks the Chiefs every game, and she said that if she knew it was in Brazil, she wouldn't have picked the Chiefs because that's not fair to make them play in Brazil. So she was cooked with the Chiefs game. The tailgate parlay was a fucking shit show. Um, what I learned is that knowing nothing, I still know as much or more than the experts on all these shows and channels. I saw at least a dozen people say Duke's going to win outright, so take the three. I teased it to 3.5 to be safe. They got cooked by 26. That's bad. Mike picked a minus 900 that lost. Paul picked Texas to cover, didn't cover. It was just a complete shit show. Now, I will say an 8-legger is, even obviously it's a big, long shot. So the 8-legger is not ideal, but the fact that out of the 8-legger, I think 6 out of the 8 fucking lost is just poetic. So tailgate, Mandy pick 6, cooked. So let's jump into week one. First matchup. So when you're looking at it, we're going to go Paul and Daryl. When you first pop on the app, you're like, God damn, Paul's getting smoked. He's down 42 to nothing. Yahoo still has him as the favorite. So Yahoo is predicting 117, 114 for Paulie. Looking at the matchups, Paul didn't start Dak Prescott, which, depending on how Trevor Lawrence plays, is a fucking huge swing. I mean, Dak finished with under 8 points, which is weird because I know they talked about the drops, but all the shows, all the fucking ESPN shows are like, oh, Dak played great. He had fucking 8 points. So potentially great play for Paulie if Trevor Lawrence scores more than 8, but he's going to need it because the matchups. I still think Daryl's got more favorable. I just got a little message saying my internet. I don't even know if it's fucking recording. Whatever. We'll see. Anywho, Alvin Kamara, I think is going to get every touch, every carry out of the backfield passes. I think that's the matchup to really look out for. Yahoo thinks they're going to get 13 out of Kamara. I think Kamara scores 20. The other matchups, what I do like for Paul is he's got Brock Bowers against New England. I love that play. And then I really think T. Higgins is going to outscore Ja'Marr Chase this week. Obviously, smash the money line on the Browns. Smash it. Denzel Ward's the best corner in the league, or top 2 or 3. Greg Newsom's not. Okay, he dances a lot, but he's fucking ass. And that's who's on T. Higgins. So where Paul can make up is if the Bengals score 3 touchdowns, 2 of them is going to go to T. Higgins or Chase Brown. So he's going to get 2 touchdowns probably from one of those 2 players. But still looking at the matchup, oh, man, Johnny Smith is ass. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Yahoo. I tried Daryl, I really did, bud, but I'm gonna take fucking Paul, and I think he covers. Like I said, Yahoo has him -3. I think Paul covers. All right, next matchup, we'll go Mike and the Dreamcocks. Um, Another close game according to Yahoo. Decent start for, he got 11. Strasser and Bills got 11 for their kicker. Mike got almost 17 from Barkley, which is standard. So right now, Yahoo's got Mike winning 118 to 111. Again, matchup wise, it really shouldn't be close. I think Mike covers easily just because he's got Lamar in a big game tonight, and they're starting Caleb Williams, and he paints his nails. So I just, I'm not there with Caleb Williams. I kind of think he might be ass. I think the secret's out. Other matchups, they got JSN getting 15. I don't see it. Hubbard against Jacksonville is a good matchup. Yeah, I just don't see anything here that's going to sway me on what Yahoo's saying. So, I agree. I think Mike's going to cover. I think he wins by probably 15 or more because I think Lamar is going to have a 30-point game. I think Lamar and Josh Allen is going to duel, and that's going to be the biggest difference in this game. So I'll take Mike in the cover. Next up, we got the Purple Football Team, and we got Al. So we got Niall and Tim versus Al. Considering what's happened so far, Al's in a great spot, even though he has no running backs other than Derrick Henry, because Pickens gave you less than 5 for Niall, and so did Ferguson. So they had 2 players start less than 10 points, and Al got 9 from his kicker Friday night. So Al's off to a pretty good start. I'm pretty certain he's going to play. I just don't know how much. Yahoo's projecting to get about 16 points. Unless he gets a tutty, I don't think he gets there. Again, I think Derrick Henry will get some goal line stuff. I think Lamar's going to be the big game, the big scorer in that Ravens game. But Derrick Henry is still going to get you 15 because he's going to get at least 1 goal line touchdown. And then the really interesting matchup is Jaden Daniels versus Drake May. Obviously, Daniels is probably going to. He's got the Giants, and they're projecting 24 points for him. I think it's closer to 30. Although Las Vegas is trash, I don't think Drake May scores 20. So right now, Al is favored 113 to 98. I think Niall pulls it out mostly because of Jaden Daniels. And if Travion's, I'll take Niall straight up over Al. All right, next up, the Battle of the Bad Names. Now, Phil's is dramatically better. It's a Seinfeld reference. I'm a Seinfeld guy. I get it. If there was a reason he picked the Van Buren boys, like maybe he lived on the street Van Buren one day, it'd be even better. But I don't think that's the case. I just think he was doing the pop culture thing. But it's so much better than Fantasy Hitmen, and so much significantly better than Ross's Red Rockets that I'm not even going to look at the fucking matchups. I'm taking Phil by 15 because of how bad Tyler's fucking name is. Not to mention, he got fucking 20 from Javonte. I mean, that's a total Phil move. Phil fucking falls backwards and lands on his feet every time. Actually, I saw it at the tailgate yesterday. Him and fucking Rob took a spill. Rob took the brunt of it. Phil was like, hey, I fucking just fell face first, but I landed on Rob, so I'm good. That's a total Phil move. Javonte scoring 20. Tyler's name is awful. So Phil by 20. And then let's see what else we got here. Interesting matchup left. We got Terror Squad and Hubba. So we got Hubba and Eric. Right now, Hubba's favored by 12, which is interesting because he had no first-round pick. So I don't know what's worse. Losing, if you don't have winning. So if you lose to a guy that had no first-round pick, that's bad. But is it worse than having 2 1s and 2 2s and losing, which is what Tyler is doing? So we'll figure that out in the group chat, which is more embarrassing, losing to a guy without a first-round pick or being the guy with 2 1s and 2 2s and losing to the fucking Van Buren boys and Javonte Williams. So both are bad. We'll have to decide which is which. Looking at Hub's matchup, right now Yahoo's got him favored by just under 10. Eric's only chance is Bake. He needs the Bake show to show up. He needs 35 from Baker. If he doesn't get 35 from Baker, he loses. That's it. Marvin Harrison, there's a new fucking Call of Duty coming out here in a couple months, so he better get some points now because Kyler Murray's asked. Now, it is a contract year, I believe, so he's going to try to play out of his mind. That means a lot more running, I think. So I don't love the Marvin Harrison just because I think Kyler's so bad. Judy's going to score. As long as Flacco, there's 2 players on Eric's team that's going to score consistently every week, as long as Flacco stays alive and upright. He loves Njoku, and he can throw a beautiful deep ball. So Judy's in play. So Judy and Njoku are both in play. I mentioned Hubba had no first-round pick. Eric essentially didn't have a second-round pick because he took fucking Bill, who's the 4th running back on the depth chart, and he's starting him. I respect it. If you do something so atrocious as drafting a 4th-round running back with your second pick, he better start every game. You just have to do it. Just gotta lock it in, dude. Just gotta own it. And he's doing that for now. If you're looking at his bench, he does have the ability to play Ramondre Stevens, which I think Travion takes almost all that work, but he's going to play. Bill's number 4 on the so. But overall, Hubba should smoke him. Big game from Jalen Hurts. I think Brees Hall has kind of a bounce back. I know he played well at the end of the year last year, but I think Brees Hall was kind of underrated this year. I think he's going to play well. Now, he will share with Allen, but I think Brees will get a lot of touches out of the backfield as far as passes and stuff. Justin Fields loves to run, but he loves to check it down too. So I love the Brees Hall play. And again, other than that, Eric starting Bill. So I will take Hubba by about 15. If Baker scores 35, it's a close game. If he doesn't, it's a wash. All right. And then last game of the week will be myself and Jeff. I had a couple players play and, not the best performance overall. I got something to say about that too. So let's talk about the matchups. The big matchup for Jeff is he has to have, but Bo Nix has to have a huge game for him to beat me. I know Yahoo thinks he's favored by 6, but Josh Allen's going to have failed based off. I kept Lad Conkey strength because he was my keeper and it was great value in the 8th round. Good receiver, a lot of catches. He's not the Justin Jefferson type that's going to give you 35 or any crazy games, but he's going to give you 10 to 15 every week, 20 on a good week. Omarion Hampton, though, I drafted him because of Harbaugh. Now, he did look good yesterday, but he never got the rock, which is crazy because Jim Harbaugh is known for running. I mean, running is in his DNA. He got ran by Urban for 7 years. He got ran by Ryan Day year 1. He ran from Ryan Day in year 2, the COVID year, too sick to play. You ran, knew it wasn't going to change, ran and got Connor Stallions. And then when he got busted cheating, ran to the NFL. Gets there, runs all year last year. I drafted Marion, and he's like, nah, we're going to fucking pass. Get back to your scumbag roots, Jim Harbaugh. Get back to being a runner. That's what you are. That's in your DNA. That's who you need to be. And that's why I took Omarion Hampton. That's the only reason I took him. So I need Jim Harbaugh to get back to being running Jim so I can continue to dominate this league. Overall, I mean, that ship sailed this week. I got to decide if I'm a pussy or not. I probably am. I got RJ Harvey in my lineup. I got about 2 hours to put Jerome Ford in. I should play Jerome Ford. Just a matchup. Bengals D is trash. Jerome Ford, even though they just signed Quinshawn, is going to be the number 1 back for a couple weeks. But much like Eric, I took RJ Harvey early, so I want to play him. But I really need to swap out Jerome Ford. Even though Yahoo thinks Harvey's going to score more, I just think Jerome's going to. But I'm looking at Yahoo, and I haven't made that change yet. So possibly a pussy, likely a pussy. We'll see what I do when it gets closer to game time. But it's not going to matter because, again, have you seen centers? Have you seen Haley Steinfeld? Josh Allen's going to have a monster game. It's going to be enough. It'll be close, but I'll beat Jeff by 3 to 5. He only got 3 from Devontae. He's going to have a huge game from A-Chain, and Bo Nix is going to have to outscore Josh Allen, which I just don't see happening. Now, Jeff has something to say about that, which, when we wrap this up, assuming it works, Jeff's got a reply. So we'll have that here at the end. Actually, that's it. So that's the match That's the matchups for week 1. Next week, I'll try to do this earlier in the week so I have time to prepare a little better, figure this whole thing out. I know Jeff's going to help with some video stuff, so that's awesome. Thank you, Jeff Rowe. But until next week, smash the fucking money line on the Browns. Fucking smash it. And keep it real faux life. And as long as it works, here's Jeff.